Welcome back. We're taking a closer look today at the first 100 days of the second Trump administration. The new administration having an impact not just here in the U.S., but around the world.
ABC News chief foreign correspondent Ian Pannell joins us live from London this morning to talk about the global impact. Ian, thank you for being with us. And we want to know, as the wars in Ukraine and Israel continue, how has this new administration approached those global conflicts?
Yeah, Rachel, John, good to be with you. There has been an effect, certainly. He's changed the momentum. In other words, for Ukraine and Russia, the momentum towards trying to strike a peace deal. And for Israel, in some senses, it's allowed Israel to resume its military operations inside Gaza. Now, the aim of the Trump administration, of course, is to try and bring peace. We know the president has long felt that he's overdue for a Nobel Peace Prize. Well, in order to do that, then you're going to have meaningful peace in both conflicts. And the reality on the ground now is you're seeing a lot of hostage families in Israel calling on President Trump, who they admire greatly, to try and intervene, to try and lead to a cessation of hostilities and the return of more hostages. Ukraine and Russia clearly proving far more difficult. Remember, the president predicted that he would end the conflict within 24 hours. Well, that's clearly proven to be entirely impossible. There's lots of talk about talks, but very little progress at the moment. The bombing still continues inside Ukraine by Russia pretty much every single day.
And Ian, the Trump administration's tariffs have been a big part of the first 100 days. In the last couple of days, the president has been saying that talks are ongoing with China, China pushing back and saying there are no talks. Do we have a sense of where tariff negotiations really are right now?
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting because I think in some senses the confusion that exists amongst people watching at home and other international leaders around the world pretty much reflects where the policy is at. We saw tariffs introduced, tariffs withdrawn, tariffs imposed on China. China responded with its own tariffs, well over 100% tariffs against America. And China is standing strong, saying, no, absolutely, we are not going to negotiate with you until these tariffs are dropped. So I think it's proving far more difficult to enforce what President Trump promised. Many countries are pushing back. Many countries are resisting. There are negotiations ongoing. But this instability is obviously being felt in the markets that we've seen go up, go down, go up, go down. And I think many people are still waiting to see how this shakes out. But the reality is that China is proving not the pushover that many people thought it might be. And for now, the Trump administration, the ball is in their court. They're going to have to decide how to respond.
And how do we think those tariffs relate in relation to Canada now that we have a new prime minister there?
Yeah, that's right. Mark Carney, who's a new Liberal Prime Minister. I mean, again, it's worth stepping back. Remember that the Liberals were dead in the water. President Trudeau, Prime Minister Trudeau, was politically dead. His party, the Liberal Party, which had been in power for ages, was politically dead. And then President Trump intervened, saying, oh, Canada's going to become the 51st state. Well, that led to severe swing in the polls towards the Liberals. Mark Carney, the former governor of the Bank of Canada and here in the UK, is now the new leader of Canada. And he's basically saying, I'm going to stand strong against President Trump, that there is no way on earth that Canada will become the 51st state. But again, the devil is in the detail. They're going to have to sit down. They're going to have to negotiate and work out. Canada says it's been one of the best, strongest partners of the United States in terms of foreign policy, in terms of military policy, and in terms of economic policy. And now they're going to have to work that out. So I think the jury is still out on the first 100 days, but could try harder may well be the mantra that abides. Guys?
It certainly has been a busy 100 days. I'll say that. Okay, Ian Pannell, thanks so much for joining us. Ian Pannell, ABC News' chief foreign correspondent.